Another loss in Nashville on Sunday made it 5 straight losses for the St. Louis Blues. Welcome into the Faceoff alongside former Blues forward Cam Janssen. I'm Hanna Yates. Before we dive into all of the details, we're going to answer some questions that you've submitted to the show. Let's tune in to the tweet line. We asked for your thoughts and questions following the Blues' 5th straight loss. Here's what you had to say. Question 1. Will Carl Gunnarsson and Niko Mikkola be able to fill the shoes of Jay Bouwmeester on defense?
I think so. I mean, look, it's hard to fill his shoes one way or the other. He's a veteran guy. He's won a lot in his career. But I do think Niko Mikkola had a great stint when he was up there. Small sample size, and they need to figure out this chemistry. And Niko Mikkola will be in the lineup, and he's going to get a chance, and hopefully he could play like a veteran.
Question 2, has Jordan Binnington officially been exposed, or do you expect him to start playing like he was last season at some point? Of course, that's the Blues goaltender.
Yeah, I do think he's going to play like he did last season, although that's going to be tough to do. I mean, that guy was unbelievable for a long stretch last season. You don't usually see that too often. Will everything kind of weigh back out a little bit? I think so, but it needs to clean up in front of him as well, and it goes towards the forwards as well too, getting back, stopping. It's not just the goaltending, it's the defense and it's the forwards, it's a collective group.
And luckily, Blues backup netminder Jake Allen has been able to step up in some situations as well. Next question, when do you predict Vladimir Tarasenko will make his return to the lineup? Question of the century right now.
Look, he's been skating for a couple weeks now, so it's like, I think he's okay. I bet you he could probably play now. But why push it? He's a big dog in this organization. He's had shoulder problems before. He needs to be 100%. So we'll probably see in the next 3 or 4 weeks and maybe a month. Don't quote me on that.
Could definitely use some of his goal scoring at
no
this
doubt about
time.
It. Yeah.
Next question, what's it going to take to get guys like Ryan O'Reilly stepping up? Seems like they rarely score anymore, and that's a fair question. Ryan O'Reilly, only 10 goals on the season at this point.
And you know how much I love him. Love the guy to death, but I haven't noticed him that much. Like, I haven't. I've noticed Sanford. I've noticed a couple of these young guys, even Jordan Kyrou the past couple of games. Haven't noticed Ryan O'Reilly. I haven't noticed David Perron unless it's something negative. He's getting a lot of bad penalties. Maybe they'll switch those two up. I don't know, but something needs to change, and you're absolutely right. Number 90, Ryan O'Reilly, needs to bring his game to a different level sooner rather than later.
And next question, realistically, how far do you see the Blues making it in the playoffs if they keep playing the way they are now?
Well, they're going to lose a lot of games if they keep playing the way they are right now because they're finding ways to lose. Look, the St. Louis Blues team usually finds ways to win hockey games. Now they're finding ways to lose. They're not playing terrible. They're actually playing pretty decent. Look, the Blues are going to be fine. They're going to be fine, but they definitely need to clean up their act a little bit, where they weren't not getting out of the first round. I'll tell you that.
Right, and it's been a tough time for the St. Louis Blues, but we'll break down all of the nitty-gritty details coming up next. We always want to hear from you. Every Sunday, you have the chance to ask any hockey-related questions by replying to the KSDK Sports Twitter account. Your questions may even be answered on the tweet line. Next, we discuss some of the biggest NHL storylines and take a look at the Blues schedule ahead in our pregame skate. On Tuesday in Anaheim, Blues defenseman Jay Bouwmeester suffered a cardiac episode on the bench after completing a shift. On Friday, Bouwmeester successfully underwent an ICD procedure which restores his natural heart rhythm. The team says he's returned home and is doing well. Welcome into our pregame skate. We're going to go through some of the things that have happened since that episode and what's contributed to the team's losses because of that as well. And starting with this, really, it affected the players. It was a traumatic incident, Cam. I know that there's been incidents like this in the past in the National Hockey League, which has really caused an after effect for some teams. So how much of an effect does it still have on this Blues team right now?
I think right now they're okay. I mean, but the couple days afterwards, after you've seen such a weird event, not like seeing somebody get knocked out. These guys were just surprised. They saw him down for a long, long time. It messed them up for a while. But I think they're okay knowing the fact that Jay Bouwmeester is okay as well. Got to talk to him. He's back in St. Louis. So I think the guys should be okay by now. And to really not have that in the back of their head to kind of move forward and try to win some hockey games.
Zach Sanford, who scored 4 goals in Vegas. He was on a hot streak. He was on a 6-game point streak before that, netted another goal on home ice on Saturday against Nashville. He's been on a roll, but how long can this keep up to where it's the youth of this team carrying the goal scoring for this team? When are some of these veteran presences going to step up the way that it's needed?
Well, they need to, but on the other hand, if one of your young kids scores 4 goals, you need to win that hockey game. They're scoring enough goals to win, They're just letting too many goals in for the other team, and that's why they're losing games. I mean, their offense is going to be there. David Prahn's going to get his act back together. Ryan O'Reilly, just like we talked about, will be a factor coming into the dog days here in this last home stretch. But it's nice to see guys like a Jordan Kyrou, although he got his goal taken away. I feel sorry for Jordan Kyrou. Between the offsides and getting goals taken away because it maybe hit off somebody's stick or something like that. But at least these guys are scoring goals. But of course, you need the veterans to be able to chime in here and there leading into this stretch run.
And it's going to be needed, some of this goal scoring in the games ahead. Looking ahead, on Tuesday, the Blues are back on home ice, taking on your former team, the New Jersey Devils. Now, this is a team that's sitting in last place in the Metro Division. How important is it for the Blues to take advantage of teams like this right now?
Hannah, you got to win these kind of games. They're looking for the future. They're getting draft picks. Marty Brodeur over there, they know where they're at as a team. You have to win these types of games, especially at home. This is a great opportunity for, again, Ryan O'Reilly to be able to step up to the plate and take advantage of the weak young defensemen that the Devils have. Win this hockey game.
On Friday, a quick turnaround for the Blues. They'll be taking on the Dallas Stars. If you guys did not get to watch some of the recent hockey games, Dallas went into overtime last night. They lost, but they still picked up a point. So now they're tied with the Blues in the Central. The Blues have had a really tough time against Dallas so far this year.
Well, they're good. These teams are creeping up. You got Jamie Benn, who's starting to find his game a little bit. They got Ben Bishop, of course. They have superstars. Dallas, they letting up some goals here and there. Of course, they just lost to Ottawa, but they're finding points still. They're finding ways to get points. We're not doing that. We're not there yet. Of course, we need to take it to the next level as well. But Dallas, Colorado, they're right there chomping at the bit to take our spot.
And then on Sunday, the Blues will face the Minnesota Wild. This is another struggling team right now. When you look at this lineup, what is the most important thing that the Blues change to really take advantage of some of these games and turn things around to snap this losing streak?
Stop letting so many goals in. I mean, seriously, Hannah, like, you're scoring goals. You have the depth. This is the team to do it. You just need to tighten little things up. Just like what Colton Parayko did at the end of the game when Kyle Turris scored his goal. Parayko didn't get the puck out. Sonny blew a tire, didn't get the puck out. Justin Falk didn't have his gap, and all of a sudden they shoot a bomb right between Falk's legs, top cheese. Score a goal late in the game like that, game over. Little things like that, Hannah. Everything else is okay. Tighten it up, and you're going to start winning games.
Now let's take a look at the Central Division standings right now. As we mentioned, the Blues and Dallas Stars are tied at first place in the Central with 74 points. The Nashville Predators, who have struggled all season long, they're 9 points back from the Blues, fighting for a second wild card spot. But you think about it, 9 points, they have a couple of games in hand, and there's still more than 20 games left in the regular season. Everything is really up for grabs leading up to the playoffs.
Well, here's how you look at it. Like, there's not going to be a team that's like, we're going to bag it in, we're done. No, everybody's still chasing for that spot. It's going to be a grind all the way to the end, but that's what you want in hockey. But for the Blues, you had such a big cushion. Now it's, of course, tightened up, but I will look at it in a positive way. Sometimes it's good to go in with a little adversity. Now you got guys climbing, chomping at the bit. It's gonna force you to tighten your game up leading into the playoffs.
100%. That's all for this week. Be sure to tune in to 5 on your side before and after every St. Louis Blues pre- and post-game for analysis and highlights. This has been the Face-Off with former Blues forward Cam Janssen. I'm Hanna Yates. Have a great day.